The strange signal. The colony on planet Auritus was quiet, the sun low in the sky, casting long shadows over the silver domes, children's laughter echoing across the open plaza, humans and aliens walking together in a calm rhythm. Nothing seemed out of place. Yet Alex felt it, a chill that ran along his spine, a signal in the back of his mind that something was wrong. Alex was a scout, trained to notice details others missed. He moved with purpose, scanning the plaza with his eyes. His hand brushing against the scanner at his belt, the small device hummed softly, picking up irregular patterns, tiny distortions in the colony's energy field. Most people would ignore it, but Alex did not. He had learned long ago that the small signs mattered. He noticed a little alien girl at the edge of the plaza, her skin a soft blue, hair like silver, threads, her eyes wide and innocent. She was holding a small toy, yet she seemed afraid. Glancing around nervously, Alex frowned. Something about the way she moved, too careful, too quiet. It did not match the usual playful nature of alien children. His instincts screamed danger. The girl walked toward the marketplace, a shadow moving behind her, slipping between the stalls. The shadow was subtle, almost invisible, blending with the crowd. But Alex saw it, the subtle pattern in the movement. Too precise, too deliberate. Following her like a predator waiting for the right moment, he tried to alert the security drones, pressed his communicator, but the system reported nothing unusual. The scanners saw only normal activity, the humans and aliens around them unaware of the danger. Alex clenched his jaw. He had to act quickly. He could not wait for orders. He needed to follow. He could not let the girl be taken. He moved silently, keeping a safe distance, watching the shadow move. The girl did not notice him, yet the shadow was closer now. It reached for her arm, but she pulled back instinctively, her small hand trembling. Alex felt his heart race. The danger was real, more real than anything he had sensed before. He whispered to himself, "I have to stop this. I have to save her." He followed them through the narrow alleys, the sound of his own breathing almost deafening, his boots quiet on the smooth metal floor. The shadow was fast, clever, avoiding surveillance cameras and drones. Yet Alex stayed calm, his human intuition guiding him through the maze. He knew the colony better than most, every corner, every hidden passage, every shadow. Suddenly, the shadow stopped, turned to look behind. Alex froze, holding his breath. The shadow did not see him. Then it moved again, dragging the girl toward the maintenance tunnels, the entrance hidden behind stacked crates and broken machinery, the perfect place for someone to disappear. Alex's mind raced. He considered calling for help, but he knew no one else would see what he saw. The colony's systems would dismiss it as normal. He was alone in this. Alex took a deep breath and moved faster, careful not to make a sound. He had to reach the tunnels before it was too late, his heart pounding, every step measured, every shadow scanned. The girl's small hand clutched a piece of cloth, her fear clear in the trembling, her soft voice whispering a word in her language, almost like a prayer. Alex did not understand it, but he felt its urgency. A silent cry for help as he entered the tunnels. The air changed, colder, quieter. The hum of the colony above fading into silence. The shadow moved swiftly, dragging the girl deeper into the darkness. Alex stayed hidden, watching, waiting for the right moment. He knew he could not fight yet. He had to understand the situation, to find the best way to save her. The wrong move now could cost the girl her life. The tunnels twisted and turned, lit only by faint emergency lights. The shadow paused, checking around, then continued, moving toward a larger door at the end of the corridor. Alex's mind raced. He needed a plan. Even a simple distraction might work. He searched the area quickly, eyes scanning for anything that could help. A loose panel, a crate, something to delay them. Every second mattered. The girl's life depended on him suddenly. The girl tripped over a small piece of debris. The shadow lunged. Alex froze, ready to act, his hand on the scanner at his belt, ready to trigger the emergency alarm. But the alarms might not reach the colony in time. He realized the only way to save her was to be clever, to think like the shadow, to outsmart it. He swallowed hard, his mind sharp, calculating. Knowing the next move would decide everything, Alex's eyes locked on the girl, fear and determination mixing. He whispered again, "Hold on, I'm coming." The shadow pulled her up, moving faster toward the unknown, and Alex followed silently, the sound of his boots echoing softly behind them. A human alone against a shadowy threat, a small alien girl's life hanging in the balance, and the colony above still unaware of the danger. The story had begun, and nothing would ever be the same. The hidden Threatalex moved silently through the dark tunnels, his eyes sharp, every sound amplified in the eerie silence. The little alien girl, Leary, a few steps ahead, clutched her small toy, trembling, her blue skin almost glowing in the faint emergency lights. Alex felt a chill. The danger was greater than he imagined. Something in the shadow's movements made his instincts scream. The shadow was fast, smarter than any human he had faced before. It seemed to anticipate every turn, every corner, every trap Alex might set. It was not just strong, it was clever, almost like it had studied the colony, knew every weak spot. Alex's mind raced. He had to think faster, move smarter. If he failed, Leary would be lost forever. Suddenly, the shadow stopped, the tunnel splitting in two. It looked around, its black armor reflecting the dim light. Then it grabbed Leary, pulling her toward the left path, a narrow shaft leading deeper underground. Alex froze, calculating. He could not fight it directly. Not yet, but he could use his environment, his human advantage. The shadow did not know how unpredictable humans could be. He spotted an old maintenance drone hanging from the ceiling, wires dangling, exposed circuits sparking softly. Alex grinned, a plan forming. He pulled a small rod from his belt, tossed it carefully toward the drone, and a short spark flew. The drone whirred, fell, crashing to the ground with a loud clang. The shadow paused. Distracted by the noise, Leary took the chance to pull free, stumbling toward Alex's direction. The shadow roared, a sound that echoed in the tunnel, its movements faster now, almost animal, almost mechanical. Alex knew he had only seconds. He grabbed Leary's small hand, whispering, "Stay close, don't look back." They ran, weaving through the narrow corridors, their footsteps echoing, the shadow following, relentless, unstoppable, like a storm in human form. Suddenly, the tunnel opened into a massive chamber filled with crates, machines, and strange alien equipment. Alex's heart raced. He knew this was a hiding place, a trap, the shadow's territory. He had to act. He scanned quickly, spotting a ventilation shaft, just big enough for Leary, maybe even himself. It was a risk, but it was their only chance. He pulled her toward it. But the shadow lunged. Its hand almost touching them, Alex pushed Leary into the shaft first. She scrambled inside, small and agile, disappearing into darkness, and he followed, squeezing through the tight space, his body scraping against metal, his heart pounding, every breath loud in his ears. The shadow tried to reach them, but the shaft was too narrow. It roared, pounding its fists against the walls, a sound that shook the corridor. Metal bending, sparks flying, Alex and Leary crawled deeper, darkness surrounding them, the shadow's roar fading behind. But he knew it was not over. The creature was not defeated. It was hunting, patient, relentless, smarter than any human enemy. Yet Alex felt something stirring inside him, a fire, a resolve, a human strength that could not be measured in speed or power, but in courage, in wit, in hope. They reached another opening, a hidden exit, a ladder leading toward a small observation platform above the colony. Alex paused, looking down, seeing the world he knew, peaceful and unaware, and felt a surge of responsibility. This was more than just saving Leary. This was proving that humans could see danger, others could not. Humans could act when others hesitated. But, just as they began to climb, the shadow reappeared at the chamber entrance, more furious than before, its eyes glowing red, its movements precise, ready to strike. Alex held Leary close, whispering, "We fight smart, not fast. Stay with me." And in that moment, he realized the fight was not about strength. It was about outthinking the enemy, using human ingenuity to survive, to save a life, to defy impossible odds. And as they climbed into the dim light of the observation platform, Alex felt the first real test of his plan approaching, a challenge that would push him beyond fear, beyond limits, and the shadow below, relentless, waited, patient, knowing it had time. But Alex knew. Humans never gave up. Humans never quit. And he was about to prove it. The hunt was far from over, the stakes higher than ever. And in the heart of the dark tunnels, a little alien girl's life hung in the balance. And only Alex's courage, his human mind, and his quick thinking could turn the tide. The rescue plan Alex and Leary emerged onto the observation platform, the cold wind brushing against their faces, the colony lights below twinkling like tiny stars. But there was no time to admire the view. The shadow had not given up, its movements, in the tunnels like a predator stalking prey, relentless, calculating, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Alex pulled Leary behind a stack of maintenance crates, her small hand gripping his tightly, trembling, and he whispered, "We have to be smart, stay quiet, follow my lead." Leary nodded, her wide eyes filled with fear, but also trust, the bond between them forming in the middle of danger, fragile but strong, human and alien united against a greater threat. He scanned the platform, noting the drones above and the security cameras on the walls. The shadow below would not see them yet, but if they stayed too long, it would adapt. Alex's mind raced. He needed a plan, a way to get Leary to safety without alerting the entire colony, without letting the shadow catch them. Every second counted. He spotted a small transport lift nearby, used for maintenance supplies, just big enough to hold 2 people. But it required a security override, something only a trained human could improvise. Alex pulled a panel off the wall, exposing circuits, wires, blinking lights. His hands steady despite the adrenaline. He worked quickly, connecting wires, bypassing the standard protocols. The lift hummed, ready, but just as they were about to step inside, a low, mechanical growl echoed from below. The shadow had found a way onto the platform, its eyes glowing red in the dim light, its movements faster than before, intelligent, almost predicting Alex's next action. He knew a direct confrontation was impossible. He had to outthink it, thinking quickly. Alex grabbed a crate, rolled it toward the shadow, forcing it to step back, then tossed a small flare from his belt, the bright light exploding near the shadow's feet. The creature recoiled, shielding its glowing eyes, giving Alex and Leary a moment to slip into the transport lift, the doors closing just as the shadow lunged, the metal screaming under its grip. Inside the lift, Alex held Leary close, whispering, "Almost there, stay calm." The lift descended. Slowly, each second stretching, the shadow pounding below, trying to jam the mechanism, but human engineering and quick thinking held. Alex's heart raced, not from fear, but from determination. He could not fail. This little girl's life depended. On him they emerged in a maintenance hangar, vast and empty, filled with old cargo and abandoned ships, shadows stretching across the walls, the perfect place for a human to use creativity over strength. Alex quickly formulated the next step. He needed a ship, any ship, to get Leary to safety. But the rogue aliens would surely have defenses, cameras, patrols. Any mistake could cost everything. He spotted a small shuttle, old but operational, hidden behind crates, perfect for escape. He ran toward it, carrying Leary, checking every corner, every shadow, every sound. The shadow's presence felt. Even though it was out of sight, he knew it was following, calculating, waiting for a mistake, every muscle in his body tense, every sense alert as. He reached the shuttle. He realized the controls were partially locked, the alien security system complex, designed to keep humans out. But Alex smiled, a spark of human ingenuity lighting his mind. He bypassed the locks, moving wires, pushing buttons, improvising. Ignoring protocols, the shuttle hummed to life, lights blinking, engines warming, ready to launch. But just as they were about to board, the shadow appeared in the hangar, faster than thought possible, its arms swinging, a weapon ready to strike. Alex grabbed Leary and dove behind the shuttle, rolling across the metal floor, the shadow slamming into the crates, scattering debris everywhere. The noise deafening, sparks flying. But it did not follow them into the shuttle, restrained by human. Cleverness, Alex slammed the hatch, engines roaring, the shuttle lifting, the shadow pounding on the metal below, unable to reach them. And for the first time, Leary smiled, small but real, looking up at him, whispering, "Thank you." Alex felt warmth, pride, a human moment of connection amidst chaos, knowing courage, strategy, and heart had won a small victory as the shuttle rose above the colony, the shadow watching from below. Alex knew this was not the end. The rogue aliens would not give up, but he had proven humans could fight with more than strength, with cleverness, with courage, with compassion, a spark of humanity against impossible odds. And in Leary's eyes, he saw hope, trust, and life itself. And that was more powerful than any weapon. The shuttle disappeared into the night sky, leaving the shadow behind. But Alex's mind was already planning the next move. The rogue faction had secrets, plans, a reason for taking Leary, and he was determined to uncover it, to protect the innocent, to show that even in a galaxy filled with danger, humans would always fight, always survive, always prevail and far below. In the tunnels and shadows, the rogue faction regrouped, plotting their next move. But one thing was clear. A human had interfered, clever, fearless, unstoppable, and the galaxy would soon learn humans were not to be underestimated. Inside the enemy's lair, the shuttle drifted through the dark void above the alien colony, Alex gripping the controls. Leary curled against him, her small arms holding tightly. But the calm was only a surface. The real danger awaited. The rogue faction had already realized a human had interfered, and they were not forgiving. Their intelligence network, faster than anything Alex had ever seen, Alex scanned the ship's sensors, detecting a faint signal, a hidden communication channel. The rogue aliens were coordinating, moving forces, preparing to strike. He realized that escaping was not enough. He had to act, to uncover their plans, to stop them before more lives were in danger. And his mind raced, connecting dots, forming a plan, human thinking faster than any machine. Leary looked up, her eyes wide, whispering, "They will come for us." Alex nodded. "I know, but we will not run. We will fight smart. Stay close," she shivered, but there was trust in her gaze, a fragile hope, a bond forming in the chaos. And Alex felt the weight of responsibility heavier than ever. A life in his hands, a galaxy watching, and no room for mistakes. Suddenly, alarms blared, red lights flashing, the shuttle's sensors detecting. Multiple incoming ships, rogue fighters, faster than thought possible, surrounding them, cutting off escape routes. Alex's heart raced, but his mind remained sharp. Human ingenuity ready to turn danger into advantage. He maneuvered the shuttle toward a nearby asteroid field, weaving through jagged rocks, engines screaming. The rogue fighters pursued, lasers slicing through the void, explosions rocking the shuttle, metal groaning. But Alex used the asteroids as cover, humans unpredictable, dodging, twisting, moving in ways the aliens did not anticipate, each maneuver calculated, precise, using instinct as much as skill. Every second a gamble, every turn a risk. Then he saw it. The hidden mothership. Massive, dark, looming, shields shimmering, weapons arrayed, a fortress in space. And he knew the rogue faction's command center was inside, the reason for taking Leary. something valuable, something dangerous. He had to board, to discover, to stop them. But the odds were terrifying, almost impossible, even for a human Alex. Set the shuttle on a hidden docking port, small, obscure, unguarded, moving quickly before the fighters noticed, Leary clinging to him, whispering, "Are you sure?" He smiled faintly. Humans never quit. And together they entered the mothership, stepping into a cold, metallic corridor, lights dim, shadows stretching, alien symbols glowing faintly on the walls. Every step echoing inside. The rogue faction had prepared traps, security drones hovering, scanning, deadly, programmed to neutralize intruders. Alex ducked behind a pillar using shadows to hide, moving with Leary close, whispering, guiding her, teaching her. Every movement deliberate, every breath measured, a dance of survival in alien territory. Suddenly a door slid open, revealing the main chamber, filled with consoles, glowing holograms, strange devices, and in the center a containment pod, glowing softly. Leary gasped, recognizing it instantly. Something alive inside, the reason she had been targeted. A mysterious energy creature, delicate, powerful, innocent, connected to her in ways she could not yet explain. The rogue commander appeared, tall, armored, eyes glowing, moving with calm precision, his voice cold, echoing, "So a human dares enter our sanctum?" Alex stepped forward, standing between Leary and the alien. "We are not afraid of truth or danger. Your plans end here." The commander laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "You think humans can stop us?" Alex knew it was not strength that would win. It was mind, strategy, courage, the unpredictability of a human spirit. He gestured to Leary. "Stay here, watch, learn." And together they began a sequence of actions, triggering alarms in the opposite wing, confusing drones, creating chaos in a controlled manner, the rogue faction thrown off balance, their systems disrupted by clever improvisation. Lasers fired, drones fell, holograms flickered. The commander's eyes narrowed, sensing the cleverness, the unexpected. Humans always the wild card. Alex felt the rush of fear, adrenaline, responsibility, all intertwined, knowing the next few minutes would decide not just Leary's life, but the lives of many, and the rogue faction's plans hung by a fragile thread. And as the mothership shook from the internal chaos, Alex realized the moment had come to take the biggest risk yet. A move no alien expected. Human ingenuity, courage, and heart against cold calculation and brute force. A moment that would test every skill, every instinct, every ounce of courage, and in the dark corridors of the enemy's lair, the fate of a little alien girl, a mysterious creature, and a human hero hung in the balance. The human triumph. The corridors of the rogue mothership shook violently, sparks flying from ruptured panels, alarms blaring, and Alex moved swiftly with Leary close behind, every step calculated, every breath measured. The enemy commander furious, his drones swarming in a coordinated attack, but human unpredictability was a weapon they had not considered. Alex's mind, racing, improvising. He reached the containment pod, the creature inside glowing faintly, small, but radiating energy, delicate yet vital. Leary gasped. "That's why they wanted me," Alex nodded, "and why we won't let them take it." He tapped the control panel, using every bit of his human knowledge to override the alien security system. Wires crossed, sparks flying, logic puzzles solved in seconds, machines obeying instinct and intellect. The commander appeared again, taller, imposing, a shadow over. The humans, his voice like metal grinding. Humans should have stayed in the dark. Alex stood firm, shielding Leary. "We are light in the dark, courage in fear, and you cannot break that." His words simple, but the weight of human will. Behind them was undeniable, a force beyond weaponry. Drones lunged, weapons firing, but Alex had predicted patterns. Used the mothership's own security against itself, hacking systems mid-fight, turning turrets, locking doors, herding enemies into traps, every move precise, human ingenuity at its peak. Leary watched, learning, her fear mixing with awe, realizing humans could be unstoppable when their hearts and minds were united. The creature stirred, sensing the human determination, and Alex realized they had more than a simple life to protect. They had a bond forming, a partnership, and the energy from the creature amplified, a faint shield forming around them. The rogue commander's weapons failing against it, the unexpected twist that no alien intelligence could predict. A spark of humanity and life intertwined. The commander roared, charging, brute force against cleverness. But Alex did not run. He used the environment, swinging a heavy pipe, causing sparks to fall, blinding the alien momentarily, then activating the pod release, the containment chamber opening. The creature, free, glowing brightly, merging instinctively with Leary, their connection visible, a bond that radiated, pushing back against the intruders, shielding them. The rogue commander realized too late. Humans had already turned the mothership's systems against him. Drones colliding, explosions erupting, and Alex led Leary and the creature to the shuttle, engines roaring, shields activating. The escape trajectory calculated perfectly, even as the mothership began collapsing from internal chaos. Alarms screaming, fire spreading, metal bending, they launched into space, the rogue mothership exploding behind them. The commander's furious eyes visible in the last moments, but powerless. Humans had outsmarted, outplanned, and outlasted. Not with brute strength, but with courage, wit, and heart. A triumph of the unpredictable human spirit against cold calculation. I hugged the creature, tears streaming, whispering, "We are safe." Alex smiled, exhaustion and relief mixing, knowing the galaxy had witnessed what humans could do, how even one individual could change outcomes, how courage and cleverness, trust and connection could defeat impossible odds. As the shuttle moved into the safety of space, leaving the rogue faction in ruin, Alex looked at Leary. "Remember this, the galaxy may fear us, but we fight for life, for justice, for those who cannot protect themselves." And in that moment, the bond between human and alien, protector and protected, was solidified, a story that would echo through the stars fair below. Scattered remnants of the rogue faction regrouped, but one truth was undeniable. One human had entered their domain, had faced their might, and had survived, victorious, proving once again that humans were not to be underestimated. Not by strength, not by technology, but by spirit, courage, and intelligence. And in the darkness of space, Leary smiled at Alex, the creature glowing beside her, a symbol of hope, of friendship, of a galaxy that had changed forever because one human noticed danger, acted with courage, and refused to let fear control the outcome, a final testament to the enduring power of humanity.